Okay guys, this is Parag with iRepairMD, and I've been getting a lot of emails about the proper glass. A friend of mine from one of my viewers from England, from the UK, asked that he tried to take a iPhone 4 white screen apart, and it will not come off. If you get the right screen, you won't have that problem. Here's how to spot when you do go to a local repair shop and buy these phones, these iPhone screens for like $3 or $4, $1 each. Here's how to spot the original. When you go there, make sure you can pick from the pile, and I'll point to you a few things that indicate the original one. It is this lens holder and this black strip right here. Also this QR product code that Apple puts in this. And this is the authentic iPhone 4 screen, white. Okay, that doesn't work on the black. It doesn't work on the non-original. It has to be this particular one, and I'm going to show you real quick on how to take it apart and how to properly mount it. A few of you guys also have issues about putting it back on once you have it removed and everything works. When you put the bonding liquid on, it cures, and it will not fit in the phone because you misalign it. I'm going to show you a nice trick that's going to help you with the alignment issue. Okay, so this next 20 minutes is going to be very informative. And again, you can buy my product from my eBay store. Look at the comment in the bottom. I have plenty, and I only sell original stuff. Okay, so now guys, we're going to use again the air gun or the heat gun. I'm going to go ahead and blow 200 degrees heat around the frame. First thing we do is remove the frame. Alright, so now the frame is nice and hot. Go ahead and rip the side out. See, comes right off. Not an issue at all. And this will also, well, the iPhone 5 screen is slightly different as far as getting the side off. It's a little harder. Okay, so now that I have the side off, I can start working on these glass. And what I'm going to do is apply heat. About 200 degrees on the iPhone 4, about 100 on the iPhone 5. iPhone 5 glass is a lot easier to remove. iPhone 4, it has the same gel adhesive that's heat activated, but iPhone 5 they made it a lot looser, so you can actually push it off with your fingers. But the iPhone 4 is a little more stickier, so I'm just loosening the glue and I'm touching the glass to make sure it's not too hot. If it's too hot for your hand, you probably burnt the LCD. So again, you just touch it, 200 degrees, move it around. So now the heat gun is turned off, and I'm gonna get my razor. Find my razor real quick. Okay, and then I'm just gonna find a piece to take off first. You can see right here, I can just easily pull this piece off. I can pull this piece off, and now I'm going to put a razor underneath of this. Slowly work it. See right here. Okay, now I got that wedge in. Okay, so now I got that wedge in. I'm going to apply some heat. Use my clay flat piece, stick it inside, go underneath, see, just run it through, just like that. Now it gets a little harder, so I'm going to apply more heat. Applying heat. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this underneath. I don't have this clay forming tool to sell on my site, but you can pretty much buy it anywhere from your local craft store, or go on eBay and try to find this. It's nice and slim, and you can actually run it on the glass. See right here? I'm adding slight pressure. I'm not forcing it in, because if you force it, you'll break the glass digitizer on top. Applying more heat. You guys are actually seeing this real time. I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to show you how long it'll take me to clear this glass. Okay? I've done plenty of iPhone 4 glass that I'm actually not cautious anymore, because I kind of pretty much know the feel of everything. And you can see how it just comes right off. See? So for you guys who said it's impossible to take it off, I'm proving you wrong. You can see it. Comes right off. Okay, now got only a few more pieces left over here. Add some heat. Run this underneath. You definitely need heat to loosen the glue. So you can see now it's coming right off. Okay, and then once you get it off, a lot of you guys have issues with the with how do you get this mess off. And what I keep telling people, I don't know why you keep on asking me the same thing. I use orange glow, and I'm gonna find you my orange glow right now. Okay, as you can see, this is orange glow. You can get it from Home Depot for like $6. Okay, this bottle size is like a Windex size. It will last you for a long time, maybe a year, maybe more. I'm squeezing into a little Easter egg bottle right here. All you need is a little squirt, old toothbrush. Work it into. Put it on the surface like this, making sure you get away from the edge. You really don't want it around the edge. Okay? So now I'm gonna let it sit for about 3 minutes. Okay guys, so now it's been about 3 minutes. Yeah, I have this soaking. The orange extract from the orange glow actually get absorbed by the gel glue, and it saturates it. It makes it really easy to work with. What I'm gonna do now is apply heat, about 200 degrees, run it over to actually increase the reaction between the orange oil and the glue, making sure that the orange liquid does not get into the side, so it can run underneath the screen. So now I have that, my razor right here. I'm skimming it off with my razor. See how easy it comes off? It's just, you can just scrape it right off. It's very easy, guys. I know you guys still repair iPhone 4s and iPhone 4S. The screen itself, if you want to buy the authentic one, costs about $45. You can buy a knockoff for like $30. But you can buy a broken screen for like $2 and glass from my site for $15, and just do this procedure. You save yourself a lot of money, and you actually use the authentic retina display. So now it's pretty much done. Now I'm going to test the screen out, okay? As you can see, the phone, the LCD works, and I'm What I want to do is just, I'm not going to wait for the screen to come on, but you can tell it works. What you have to do is, I want to scrape the residue off, and then I'm going to show you how to mount this. The new mounting procedure will work on the iPhone 5, the 4, and the 4S. So, okay, so now I have the glass clean, and have a few materials here I want to show you guys to help me with my alignment. I have a small brush, my UV laser curing stick, plexiglass, just cut it to a rectangle that fits your phone, my nano putty, and a wax floss, preferably in white color. Oh, of course, did I mention saran wrap? Alright, so what I'm going to do basically is use saran wrap as an underlayer for my base. So once it's cured, I won't have to work through and fight through the plexiglass. I can just peel the saran wrap, and then I'll have an easy base to work with. So what I'm going to do now is lay this in, and I'm going to run my nano putty around. Okay, okay, now so I have my nano putty around the edge. What I'm going to do now is use my 1 ounce UV bonding liquid. Pull the cap off the front, and I'm going to put it right in here on the edge, and I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint this around the border. This will create a tight gasket. And don't worry about the raised surface, because it's not going to be an issue. Once the actual bonding liquid hits it again, what it's going to do is actually get dissolved by the glue also, but it will be enough tight seal that will seal the LCD backlight from this liquid, and it's really crucial to do that. So what I'm doing now is running the seal on it. Okay, and now I'm going to use my UV laser stick to cure this bond immediately afterwards. So I'm running this for like a minute around, and you definitely need red tinted glasses to do this, else you're going to burn your cornea. And don't be staring at the laser too long. Okay. But if you hit the orange just right, the orange will actually absorb the majority of the reflective property of the ultraviolet laser. I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to run this through for about 3 minutes around, so I want to not waste 3 minutes of video. Okay guys, so what I have now is it cured. So now with my floss, I'm actually going to run it to the edge. See, this is going to be my regulator. This is my bonding window. So I'm going to put floss right here on each corner. Okay, so you can see wax floss all around in the border area. And so now that I have wax floss there, what I'm going to do is actually put each drop of nano putty, liquid adhesive or liquid UV bonding liquid agent on each corner. Now with my brush, run it this way. And again, this technique will work on the iPhone 5. I don't have an iPhone 5 screen here to show you, so I'm using an iPhone 4S. But same principle. This will help you with the alignment process, because a lot of you guys have an issue with putting it back in the right place. What this does is, once I cure this with the UV laser, or actually, this time I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the curing table just for like 3 minutes, so the adhesive keep calling it adhesive, the UV bonding liquid will harden, thus adhering the floss in the position where I need it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the UV chamber for 3 minutes. Now I have it out of the UV chamber, and I'm going to go ahead and put the original white iPhone 4 or 4S glass on it, exposing the back. Put 2 drops of my nano putty, 2 dime size drop right in the center, 1 and 2. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is align it using my new technique. So place this on, add pressure on here. Okay, as you can see, I'm working the bubbles out. Okay, got a few more bubbles have to work out. Adding pressure all areas right now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Now everything's worked out. I'm gonna put it in the curing chamber. Okay, so now with this out of the UV chamber, I'm gonna go ahead and peel. As you can see, got a glass here, and what I'm gonna do is pull out my floss. Okay, so the best way to do it is to actually add heat to loosen the wax. That's why I needed wax. So add heat here. Okay. Now pull out the floss. Okay, so now floss has been pulled out. Okay, a little more heat. Alright, pull out floss. See, now the floss is actually pulled out. There you go. All the floss are pulled out. And I'll go ahead and peel some out. Alright, so now go ahead and peel the wrap. Underneath right here. That actually frees the back of it. So now release the nano putty. You can see that's actually in perfect alignment. Okay. So now with the excess, I'm just going to trim all these excess UV liquid that's been cured. Okay, so this is with the screen putting back on the phone to test it out. As you can see, the touch screen works perfectly, and we're going to check for any kind of leak. No liquid leak at all. You can see no leak. Alright, so this technique does work, but what I found out is that you might want to add more than 2 drops, maybe 2.5 drops for an iPhone 4 and 3.5 for an iPhone 5, because the important thing is when you put the floss there, it's actually going to require a little more liquid because the floss will raise the amount of liquid needed to fill the gap. It creates a slight gap, okay, but the gap does not affect the usability of the touchscreen, as you can see. And the floss does work. You just have to spend some more time to work out the bubbles. But as you can see, this phone works perfectly fine. And this technique will be, you can use on the iPhone 5 and iPhone 4. But before you do an iPhone 5, I suggest you play around with an iPhone 4 because it's a pretty expensive fix if you mess up. As you can see, practice make perfect, and this is not a perfect job. I still have a few issues, and among them, okay, as I noticed, I kind of rushed through this. I could have done a better job. The floss I used was a little too big, and so it actually extended a little past. You can barely see it, but it's right on the edge right here. And there was one bubble right over here. I could have just pushed it out, but I didn't pay attention to it. But the whole process of this demo is just to show you the technique of aligning. You don't have to use floss. You can use a fishing line. A color fishing line might be smaller than a floss, and you might be able to even leave it in there. All you need is the ability to line it up. For those who have a good eye, you don't need floss. It works even better again. And I'm just doing this video for my buddy in Great Britain over there who has an issue with aligning. Okay, but this, you can see, using this technique, the alignment's perfect. If you don't use the floss technique, at least use the saran wrap and the plexiglass. You see how easy it was just to remove the display from the mount, and you have a perfectly working display. This one, I give myself probably a B+. I could have done better. Again, practice make perfect, okay? So keep on practicing, and good luck with your repairs. I Repair MD out.